Hi guys, so today I'm going to make a rhinestone decal for a shirt. I'm actually going to be putting it on a little onesie. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the design I want to use. I know there's ways that you can make these on your own. I don't have the time to do that, so I just go ahead and buy the designs I want off of Etsy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this tiara. So with these, you want to make sure that they are sized correctly for the size rhinestone that you're going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this one, and then I'm going to pull up the Etsy file where I purchased it, because it looks like this is going to be, so she's made this very large. See if we can zoom out. So these are very large. It's 78 by 30, which definitely won't work. So this is what I bought on Etsy. It's this design right here, and it says to work with the SS10 rhinestones, which are 3 millimeters. That needs a height of 2.3 and a width of 6. So the SS10 are the ones that I have that I will be using. So I'm going to go ahead and change the width of this to 6, and it should automatically adjust the height. So there we go. We have, let me zoom in here. We have the width of 6 and a height of 2.3. So this is good to go. This will cut out to fit the size rhinestones that I will be using. I'm going to be cutting it on this orange rubber material. So this is permanent. So once I stick it down, it's going to be stuck to the surface that I stuck it to. So I'm just going to use a cheap piece of cardboard that I have to go ahead and stick this to. There is other material, sticky flock, which is like a pink color. I have some on the way that you can stick to a surface or stick to itself, and you're able to peel it back up and replace it. Those work good if you're doing like a multicolored rhinestone design. So I have some more of that on the way, and then I will do another video doing a multicolor design, and then another video also with vinyl rhinestone mixture to do both on a shirt. So for right now though, I'm just going to do just this one color, and I have this on hand, this permanent orange rubber that I got from Craft Vinyl. And I'm going to go ahead and just use that and stick it on this piece of cardboard. Since I'm not doing this multicolor, it's fine if it doesn't come back up. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to the mat. Go ahead and get it made. Give it a second. Make sure this is all. So this wasn't attached. So I'm going to go back out and select this and attach it. That way this cuts in the exact positions I need it to cut in. I'm not going to be placing rhinestones one by one. Okay, let me let this load. So now if you guys can see that, we have our tiara here with all the rhinestones in place, ready to go. Go ahead and continue. I think cutting this works best somewhere between like craft foam and felt. So if you have your machine on the custom setting, go ahead and move this over a little bit. Have this on the custom setting, and then over here in this drop down. Let's see. I think this is the one I used last time, this foam plush 2.15. I'm going to go ahead and give that a try this time. I believe this goes through a multi-cut on its own. So here it is, the foam plush, and it's going to cut 4 times, and I'm going to be using my deep cut blade, which is already in my machine. So I'm going to go through that. So it's going to cut through 4 times anyway. So it's on Foam Plush, the 2.15. I'll hit done. Okay, so now let's go head on over here. So my deep cut blade's already in there in its housing. So I'm going to go ahead and add my orange rubber here to one of my wonderful mats that needs to be cleaned. So here we go with this on the mat. Let's get this loaded. And let's get this going. So once this is done cutting, before I even remove it or unload the feed, I'm going to kind of peel up on a corner and make sure that it has cut all the way through and that I can peel that off cleanly. So this is going to take a little while to cut, so it's gonna, if you can hear it, it's gonna cut each circle 4 times before it moves on to the next one. So this is going to take a couple minutes. So I will be back once this finishes. I don't think we need to sit here watching it cut for 15 minutes. So once this is ready to go, I'll be back to get it removed from the mat and get it weeded and get it filled with rhinestones. Alright, so this guy's all done. It cut great on that setting that we cut it on. I probably should have run it through twice, and that would be my recommendation. So before you unload the mat, once this is done cutting, just go ahead and hit the C button and let it run through again. I say that because what you should be able to do is go ahead and lift this up, and the little dots will stick to it like that one is. See how a lot of them aren't? So I think that second time around will make it so that will be easy to do. Since this is just a quick, simple design, I'm just going to go ahead and use this, my little tool here, and go ahead and just pop all these little circles out pretty quickly. On there, you see that? Just go ahead, this is really sharp, and I can just, you know, point and grab a bunch of them out like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this one, but my recommendation, if you cut this orange rubber type material, is that that foam plush setting, and then just run it through twice, and that should get you the perfect cut here. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and weed these little circles out, and then we can get this finished up. Alright, so I've got this all weeded out, all the little circles, and ready to go. I do this as cheap as I can usually. I don't do these enough where I need to spend a whole bunch on, you know, a big setup. But if you wanted a different setup, I've seen them before. You could probably look them up on Pinterest or other videos. They have, you know, special trays and all that fun stuff to make doing these if you do them a lot. But I just have a cheap piece of cardboard I'm going to stick this to, just to give me a working area so I can keep track of my rhinestones a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down. So now this one's permanent. When I do the reusable ones, I'll use a nice plastic tray. That way it has something nice to stick to so I can pull it back up easily. So I'm going to go ahead, keep all of my rhinestones in these little containers I got. They're little plastics, you know, snack cups. I get my rhinestones on eBay. So these are clear AB, like the Aurora Borealis. So they kind of have that color change to them, and they're SS10s. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour some of them here on this design. And I've got a little, you know, like foam brush. I got it when I bought a lot of these rhinestones and supplies, but I'm sure you can pick them up just about anywhere. Just helps to move the rhinestones around. So I'm going to go ahead. So the working area like this just gives me somewhere so I can keep track of these rhinestones and put them back. And you want to make sure that you get hot fix rhinestones. So hot fix rhinestones are the ones that you need. They have the backing on the back of these that will give it so we can actually do the iron on with this. So then I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, move these around in here, kind of circle them around, the brush and the design, this is just going to help them all fall in here in the right orientation. Just makes it super easy, so then we can easily here just clear these out of the way, the ones that aren't in a position. And you can just, you know, redirect, as some of them we need to fill holes in. There's an extra right here. So just keep moving them around with your little brush. Circular motion will get them all filled in, and then just brush away as we don't need them. So the more you have kind of on here to work with, the easier it is for them to kind of fill up and to move them around. That's why I pour so much. We obviously aren't going to be using that much on this little design. It just helps to manipulate them and move them around a little bit better. Oops. So there we go. That design is all ready. Go ahead and move all these rhinestones out of the way to get them put back into my little cup. The rest of these can be reused later. So there we have it. There's our little tiara all filled and ready to go. So what we actually need next is it's specific to using rhinestones. It's the Hot Fix tape. Regular transfer tape will not work with these. You need to make sure you have the Hot Fix tape. So it's just, you know, it has the clear tape that we're going to stick it to, and then it's got the little backing on here so you can put it back on in case you're going to give these away just as the decal themselves without applying them. Or anything like that. It gives you something else to stick them to. So let me see if I can get this to peel up here. Okay. Maybe. There we go. So it just comes off, you know, just like a tape. So go ahead and peel this off. Go ahead and stick this down here. Let me make sure all of them are filled and I don't have any miscellaneous stones. Just trying to catch in on our wonderful design here. Go ahead and lay this down. Ooh, just big enough. I eyeballed that pretty well. Go ahead and get them all stuck. There might be like a roller tool for this if you have like a really big design, but my hand works just fine. They do like to try to stick to them, so make sure that you lay it down pretty evenly. They like to quickly static cling themselves to this tape, and you could get them all out of alignment. Okay, so there we have it. Let's go ahead and peel this up. Is that my little guy waking up? Nope. So just make sure that they've all stuck to the tape as you peel them up, just like you would, you know, if you were doing vinyl or anything like that. That one doesn't want to stick. Let me try from this end. Yay, there we go. So there we have it. There is our crown all ready to go. So this is ready to be taken over to my onesie, and we're going to heat press it Doesn't take much to heat press them on there. So this is ready to go. We made a nice little rhinestone decal. We're gonna go ahead and let me see if I can stick it on this black onesie here. So I'll go ahead over, get my heat press fired up, and we'll get this heat pressed and show the finished product. Alright, so we're here at the press. I have this set to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. You only need to press these for about 10 to 12 seconds. I might just have it set to 20. Just kind of always keep it there. So I have my onesie and stuff ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this camera set up off to the side so we can get this pressed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this, our wonderful design here pressed onto our onesie. So since this is a onesie, it has the, top collar pieces. So to get the correct amount of pressure on these, we do need to put a towel or something inside that will help lift that collar up a little bit. Otherwise, you're not going to get the right pressure amount on these. Those little collars are going to prevent that. So let's go ahead and get this on here. So give me a chance. Let's figure out the right pressure that we need for this. I had it set for a t-shirt, which it's probably going to be way too much pressure since this is a lot thicker. And pressing it before will also help to get any wrinkles and moisture out of the shirt. So yeah, this is a lot thicker than the last project I did, so we need a lot less pressure on this. Alright, there we go. So we'll get any moisture out of here. Alright. So let's go ahead and get our rhinestone template here put down. And I just kind of eyeball it, putting it on here. I'm sure there are better ways to ensure that it is in the middle and centered and aligned. I just kind of go based on eyeballing it. Okay. I'm gonna get our protective sheet put on here. Just get this pressed for about 10 seconds. So just on medium pressure, just enough to get that closed with a little bit of resistance. Alright, I'm gonna let that cool for a second. Let's make sure that it does lift off. And it does. Alright, let's go ahead and get that pressed once more just to make sure it is on there good. Don't want those little rhinestones coming off. I just do another 10 seconds or so. I figured out that's just what works best with my press. I'm just doing it again for about the same time. Let's make sure they are on there. Ooh. Okay, so I don't like how that looks. I'm going to press it just once more. Maybe that they're still hot. I'm going to give it a little more pressure. Some of them didn't look like they had adhered all the way, so kind of just give it an eyeball. I probably could have used a little more pressure, so that's all I'm doing. Alright, so there we go. There is our little onesie with our rhinestone design. We got put on there and heat pressed. You can see the nice little sparkle. So I hope you guys can get your little rhinestones made now. If you have any questions about these, please feel free to let me know. I will be coming back shortly once my other materials come in. I will do a video on multicolor rhinestones, and then doing a shirt with rhinestone and heat transfer vinyl, so a combo. And then I also have a video I want to do on turning these hot fix stones into an adhesive decal. something you could put on the back of your car, or you know, to decorate kind of around your house or anything like that. So there is special material to turn these hot fix stones into an adhesive decal, so I will go through that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please remember to subscribe to the channel to keep up on all my videos to come. Thank you.